Hey everybody, my name is Ty Williams. I'm the project coordinator for Community Education Group. Yes, Community Education Group. I'm also the director of operations for Flux Board, that's in DC, as well as Leadership Council for Black Trans Men Inc., who I've been a part of for about maybe 3 years now. Um, Black Trans Men Inc. was actually the first organization that uh, saw, I guess, some my advocacy and something in me that I didn't even see in myself. So I always have to shout out, show how Mr. Carter Brown over at Black Trans Men Inc. Because I think without that push and that nudge, I wouldn't be where I am today. As well as I'm also a member of Alpha Omega Kappa Fraternity Incorporated, which is a trans man, trans masculine fraternity. I've been a part of since 2017, and I love the fact that my brothers and I are growing. It's phenomenal. Can't complain. What got me started in this work actually, um, I don't tell many people this story, but I I had a cousin that at the time you would say contracted the virus. Um, I remember growing up, and he was older than me, and I was probably maybe about 11 or 12, and I remember them saying that he's sick, he's sick, he's sick, he got it, and I'm like, what are they talking about? What are they talking about? And kind of find out that my cousin had contracted HIV. He had got AIDS, actually, and that was the first time that I've seen like my family like act different. And you kind of hear those things like, it's old myths. You don't drink after those people or this and that, whatever. But I was a very observant, and I guess you want to say inquisitive child, so I wanted to know more like why, what was this so-called disease? What was this so-called infection that made people not want to be around their own family, not want to deal with their own family, not want to um, have these conversations. And so when I lived in California, when I moved to California in 2015, and a lot of my trans brothers started um, popping up positive, and again, my inquisitive wanted to know like what was going on, like why, and it just was this. I just had to know, and I found out that some of my brothers doing sex work or whatnot, and that was a way of surviving, and it was just one of the things where I knew it was like, okay, well, I don't want my brothers to be the next, I guess, pandemic of HIV outbreak and or whatnot, and so what can we do to be proactive versus reactive? And so that was one of the main reasons why I got involved, because I just felt like it just kept coming back in full circles, and it just made me wonder, just first of all, it's not HIV and AIDS is not what it was before. The '80s, whenever it's a whole lot different now, and I'm glad that I'm educated and to actually know that. And for me, it was one of the things where because I stayed so inquisitive about it, it made me be knowledgeable of what was going on and not hearing from the rumors or the myths. It's what's knowledge, what's facts, and so with doing the work, it was just like, wow, I learned so much, and also helping, and it's just as long as I can spread the word, whether it's getting on prep, or whatnot, or if you are, I'm saying positive, making sure you stay on your retros, whatever, just making sure that we're there for each other, make sure they got that love and that bond. It was just, yeah. I guess I would have to say meeting people where they're at, um, understanding that you might not have all the answers. We need each other to make it a whole. We can't recognize, you know, black cis women without recognizing trans women. We can't recognize black cis men without recognizing black trans men. You know, we have to understand that there's different intersections, but these intersections play a part of a whole conglomerate, and it doesn't make sense if you don't have all these pieces together. And that's why we keep having these just, I feel like, being torn apart, and why was always all like, well, why one feels more important than the other, because it's like, until we meet in the middle and see that, you know, one's not more important than the other, but it's about equity. And I think until you bring all the pieces together, you will never see equity, because every time you look, there's always a missing piece to the puzzle or a missing factor, and that shouldn't be the case, you know? Yeah. All right, so don't laugh. When I was a little kid, I actually wanted to be a soccer player. Um, right. I love soccer. I love playing soccer. I thought I could be the black David Beckham. You couldn't tell me that at the time. I thought I just thought like, oh, you know, the movie was like a movie like Benny like Beckham or something like that. I would watch, and I just knew I thought I was the best player ever, and just couldn't tell me anything. And so, you know, a lot of my a lot of my friends, you know, everyone's like, oh, you play basketball? You play basketball? No, don't play basketball. Soccer. Soccer was my thing. I wanted to be a soccer player, and I wanted to play for. Actually, I wanted to play for DC United. Um, it's just funny. So yeah, soccer player. My favorite snack, I would have to say, um, I love, 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 love. I love Jolly Ranchers. I love, but I have a particular, my particular flavors. I only pick out the blue and the watermelons, and I'll take the rest of them and put them to the side and like give them away to like all of my friends or whatever. But yeah, blue and watermelon, Jolly Ranchers, and I will have to say I have a thing for also annihilators. Yeah, those are my two, and I guess you would say, and I don't know. That's my thing. I have a couple of hobbies. I love the beach. The beach brings me peace. The beach is very um, therapeutic for me. There are times, you know, where if I'm having a bad day or bad, just whatever, I can go to the beach. Whether that's riding my bike on the beach, whether that's skateboarding on the beach. I love skating. Skating. I used to be a inline speed skater when I was a kid. I did skating from the time I was probably about 5 until now. I still skate. It's another therapeutic thing I do. Keeps me in shape, and it just brings me back to a center space. Skating, I think it's music. Music is a way that I relate and have conversations. Sometimes have these conversations without even saying anything, and I think mixing those two with skating and music, you know, the music, it just vibe. You can't resist. I'm gonna let you know right now. Community education group is definitely on the rise. If you want to help, definitely donate. Please donate. We're trying to make sure that the voices are heard by those that live the story, not those that can tell the story, if that makes sense. Support the best way you know how. Share this video. And like I said, please donate, donate, donate. Thank you.